Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Kent. The channel is EOS San Diego. I make a nightly video about the EOS blockchain and all the activities and everything that goes on with the EOS blockchain, which is a lot. I try to cover it every single night, and I do it out of San Diego, California. Actually, I'm in Carlsbad, California, and I enjoy doing this, and that's why I do it. Next weekend, next Sunday, I will start doing live streaming. I was promising I was going to do live streaming in the past, but I was waiting for my new iMac to come in. When Apple Computer hit $1 trillion, I decided to buy myself a new iMac, and so I was waiting for that to start doing some more live streaming. So next Sunday, I will start doing live streaming again. So if you want to interact with me on a live stream, I'll be watching the chats, and I'll stay on for as long as people want me to stay on, and I'll interact with you because I want to interact with you. That's the essence of what I do as far as EOS is concerned, and what I do as far as the Challenge DApp is concerned. I want to interact with as many people as possible. My son has also started a YouTube channel. Challenge DAC is the name of his channel, and he'll put up videos too. So we want to interact with people as much as possible, because that's the part of this I really love, is interacting with people. Next weekend, and I'll probably do it sometime around 1 p.m. Pacific Coast time. I'll start doing a live stream every Sunday, about 1 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Somewhere in that general area is when I'll start doing a live stream. And I will try to interact with as many people as possible. As everybody well knows, we are heavily involved with EOS. We bought early, we did the airdrop. We've ridden the price up, we've ridden the price down. We've done everything we can do to make EOS someplace that people want to be. And the best way for me to help promote it is just to interact with people as much as possible. That's why I do it every nightly, a video, and that's why I'm going to start doing a live stream on Sunday. So next Sunday, I will be doing a live stream. So if you want to tune in, I'd appreciate it. And ask a question, or ask me whatever question you want to ask me. I'll also be doing a live stream this week on Wednesday with a channel out of San Antonio, Texas. Not San Antonio, Austin, Texas. So I'll be doing that too. I'll put that someplace in the comments, exactly what channel. I'll get more information about it tomorrow. But I'll be doing that also. Like I said, we've been through the whole thing, the ups and the downs, and now we're doing the Challenge DApp, and we're trying to get that released, and we're trying to make that happen. As someone said to me today, a lot of people think of it as a workout challenge, but it's a lot more than that. We sacrificed a big, super grandiose idea to try to make something that really works. Something that didn't take years to build, but something that could be completed very quickly so we could get it up and running. Because we wanted to make sure that this got used a lot, and that it gained mass adoption quickly. So we made something very quickly that could be used easily, that interacted easily with people, and that's what we did. We didn't try to recreate the world on a DApp. We just tried to make something that worked, and that's what we've done. And that will be earning EOS. So anytime you interact with the challenges, you will be earning EOS by a little bit of the challenge tokens will go through to EOS, and we'll be accumulating EOS through the challenge token. So all this is coming up, and that's why I want to interact with people on the weekend, on Sunday, so you can ask me questions and we can go through it. I'll show you how the DApp works, and we'll give you all the information you need to know. I'll try to keep you as informed as possible. What I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about the coming, or actually what's going on right now with the trade wars. Trade wars are happening in the world right now, trade wars, and I'll give you an example of how this works. Here I'm in the United States of America. The U.S. economy, the U.S. president, the U.S. Government has decided to keep the currency very strong in the United States. That means that exports from the United States are very expensive because of a strong currency. So that makes things, if it's made in the United States and it's sold in another country, it's very expensive. In the alternative, country like China has kept their currency value very low. Anything made in China gets exported, and it's usually relatively cheap to buy for other people in other countries. So in the United States, things exports are very expensive. In China, things exported are very inexpensive. That creates a trade imbalance, and that's caused a lot of aggravation for people that are in these countries like the United States that feel like they've lost jobs, they've lost economy because things are being imported, and things are being imported at a lot less than it can be created domestically. So what the government has decided to do is create or place a tariff on goods coming into the United States. So now if it's made somewhere where everything's cheaper and brought into some place like the United States has said, hey, we're going to charge you a tax to sell it here in the United States. We're going to charge you a tax, a tariff, which has already taken place, and that's what they've done right now. They have made things more expensive to buy from other countries. So you don't buy from another country, you buy from what is made in the United States. That's what is going on right now. The problem is anytime you have something like that, the other country retaliates, as China has done with things being imported to China. And the first thing they've gone after is U.S. grain, U.S. commodities. And the soybean and corn farmers in the United States of America are feeling the pain right now of these tariffs that have been placed on goods coming into the United States, where China has now said, okay, anything coming into China, we're going to either not buy or we're going to make it more expensive too, just like you've done. So the U.S. farmer is feeling the pain of these tariffs, of the Chinese government reacting to the United States, putting tariffs on things coming into the United States. That's what happens in trade wars. People get hurt. And right now, the United States farmer is getting hurt, and getting hurt very badly. I come from a farm. I'm very involved with farming. I knew a lot about farming. I used to be a farmer. When you start having $3.50 corn, you're losing money. I've never raised soybeans, but I know that's equally as bad, if not worse. So the farmer is getting hit really, really, really hard. You are losing money if you're a farmer. So as a way to kind of help the farmer out, the U.S. government has come up with this idea of subsidized, giving the farmer back some money, which is something the farmers don't really want. Farmers want a free trade. They want to be able to compete globally, but they can't because of these trade imbalances. These trade imbalances are a result of fiat currencies and a result of government interventions and government's unequal ability to trade with other people in the world. The way the system works today was more meant for countries domestically and countries self-serving their own interest. So whatever gets created in the United States gets consumed in the United States. Once we went on a global market where we started consuming things from other countries, we started having these trade imbalances, hence trade wars, now people getting hurt. The reason I'm going to all this and I'm talking about it is because there's a solution for this, and people will quickly fill the void of these trade imbalances and currency exchanges that are not currently that are being manipulated right now by governments. Is they will run to cryptocurrencies. People will start running to cryptocurrencies because cryptocurrencies are fair and unique throughout the world. They trade equally throughout the world. Bitcoin is the same in China as in the United States. There's no arbitrage. There's no difference. There's no governments interfering with the value of it. It is strictly a world global exchange. I also believe EOS will be used as a global exchange. And EOS, I believe, would be a better global exchange because, as in Bitcoin, you only have one purpose of Bitcoin. It's a store of value. With EOS, it isn't not only a store of value, but it also creates smart contracts, and you're able to create on the platform. These will be future stores of value. People won't hold currencies anymore because of these things like what's going on right now, the trade imbalances, the ability to devalue currencies, the ability to inflate currencies. That's not going to happen anymore. That's a system of the past. The future system is a digital currency, and as people start to realize that they're being hurt by holding currencies, it will start to run to alternatives, one being cryptocurrencies. And a cryptocurrency that I believe is going to be very, very much used more in the future will be a system like EOS, because EOS doesn't only hold value like Bitcoin, a way of being able to hold value. It's also a way to be able to build something and have something that that is created on the platform. In the world of trade wars, winners will be EOS, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, all cryptocurrencies, even cryptocurrencies like the Challenge DApp, the other DApps that are airdrops on the EOS platform. These will all be ways to store and be able to transfer wealth back and forth among people, regardless of where you're at, regardless of what the country or the unit of exchange is, the currency, the fiat currency is. These will be the new ways of exchange, the new mediums of exchange. People realize very quickly that when they're losing value, they run from that. So if you hold currency in a bank account and that currency is being devalued because of a trade war, or it's being manipulated by a trade war, people realize real quickly, I want to get out. And I can't, I've got to find something else. You could find other things to invest in to hold your money together. For instance, real estate. But real estate isn't very liquid. You can buy a piece of property and it will weather the trade war, but it's not going to be something that you can use to buy and sell tomorrow morning. You can't liquidate or can't borrow, or it's not very liquid. We've talked about that before, how real estate's not very liquid. Even though it's a very good way of storing and holding money together, it still isn't very liquid. People are going to look for liquidity, ways to hold money together, but still being liquid. EOS will be a perfect way to do that, as well as all other cryptocurrencies. I've been into this before. There's multi-trillions, hundreds and hundreds of trillions, nobody knows, values of fiat currency. There's only, I believe, a little less than 2,000 cryptocurrencies in the world. So you could see that the values, the cryptocurrencies, are very, very small in the number of cryptocurrencies as in the number of fiat currencies. And the market cap on cryptocurrencies, I think now is below $200 billion. Fiat currencies is in the trillions, hundreds of trillions. Nobody knows with derivatives and all the other different instruments out there. It could be a mega trillions. Nobody really knows. So these trade wars are going to make people want to get out of currencies, cryptocurrencies, or fiat currencies, and run to cryptocurrencies. I believe EOS is going to be a big benefit of that. EOS will see incredible growth in the coming years as these governments try to protect themselves with trade wars, or try to do something to offset what they believe is unfair deals, or unequal deals, or unequal trade, and it can never be worked out, because every time you do one thing, it counterbalances with something else. For instance, in the United States, now the United States is now, we're going to put a tariff on China. China says we're going to retaliate, and we're going to go ahead and not buy U.S. farm goods, or we'll import from someplace else, or we'll put a trade tariff on their farm goods. And you see what happens. People get hurt. That's all that happens with trade wars. People get hurt. It'll never work. It never will work. We're in a different playground right now, a different ball game. We don't have governments, or we don't have countries that only deal with countries in of themselves. We have countries that deal globally now. This is a global market. We have ways of trading with one another throughout the world. And fiat currencies and trade wars are of the past. They're not of the future. So cryptocurrencies are going to be the big winner in the future, and EOS will be one of the big winners. Trade wars and currency wars will not work. That's things of the past. So stay tuned. There's good things coming for EOS. There's good things coming for the cryptocurrencies. I believe that there'll be a huge boom in cryptocurrencies very soon, once people realize that they're losing money in these trade wars, that they're losing value, holding money in bank accounts. It's not going to be very prosperous anymore. In fact, if anything, you're going to get hurt holding money in bank accounts. And this is the new way things are going to be transacted in the future. It's through cryptocurrencies and digital currencies, a superior global way of doing things. So anyway, gone on a little bit long tonight, but I think it's a pretty good issue to talk about. I think there's going to be some big changes in the future. And I think anybody that's aware of what's happening sees these changes coming, and they'll know what to do. And there's a good way to go. And I think it's going to be digital currency. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.